They come back on the shore, and the Manjaris massage them with oil and bathe them again, and brush their hair and arrange their clothes and change their clothes. And then Krishna single-handedly decorates Radharani in a kunj on the bank of Radhakund. It's a very sweet, enchanting kunj full of trees and vines and flowers and all kinds of thirsty hummingbees. This Leela continues, I think, more on this page also. Accompanied by their maidservants, Swamini and Shyam enter a sweet dressing kunj, which is full of blooming flowers. Swamini stares at Krishna's face and asks, "Will you dress me today?" Shyam says, "Today I will do it. I will dress you. Just order me." So Swamini gives her consent with her eyebrows. "All right, you do it." In this way, Radharani gives herself away to Krishna. What an incomparable service to her beloved Krishna. Considering Bhav and Ras, Bhav is a worshipper and Ras is a worship. Radha is the empress of full Bhav and Krishna is the emperor of full Ras. He's Rasaraj Krishna and she's Mahabhav Radharani. Because Radharani is the supreme empress of full Bhav and Krishna is the emperor of full Ras. Radhika is known as Radhika because she worships Krishna. No one can worship Krishna like Radharani. Shyam sits Radharani on a jewel throne and sits himself on a small chair in front of her to decorate her with handmade ornaments made of flowers. The Manjaris pick different kinds of flowers and hand them to Krishna, who measures the size of each ornament with his hands and imbues those flowers with ras through his rasika touch. Radharani sits on a jeweled seat, lets her feet dangle. Her feet are, the chair is kind of high, so her feet are just hang dangling. Feet aren't on the ground. Krishna personally makes floral earrings and places them on Radharani. That's just a little bit of Leela described here. I don't know if there's more. Leelas are sometimes scattered throughout the purport, so I put them together. I think that's it. Oh yeah, there's still more. Tulsi Manjari is just standing there watching Krishna's expertise in service. With a blink of her eyes, Radharani tells Tulsi, "Tulsi, why aren't you doing any seva?" Sounds like a typical devotee. Just standing around watching your eating. Why aren't you doing anything? Tulsi replies with a glance, You found a good decorator now. So do we still have to serve you? Let us Manjaris just float in oceans of bliss, watching you being served by Krishna. Swami experiences Krishna's touch as he dresses her. Shyam has made seven thin garlands. Now he wants to tie them on Radharani's neck. But every time he goes to tie a garland, that string breaks. Oh, she made India string. German string doesn't break. Seeing this, Shyam restrings them again and wants to tie them, but again the strings break. So Shyam keeps his face next to Radharani as he looks behind her back so he can tie the garlands. There's no bounds to the bliss that Krishna feels by being so close to Radharani. When Tulsi Manjari sees this, she feels the ocean of her own bliss expand. So this is some point, that's mostly a lila in this verse. Now there's some points in the commentary by Raghunatha Das Babaji which we'll highlight. One is, what makes Radha's Manjaris happy? What makes Radha's Manjaris happy? Big feast? Yeah, that's also there.
Sing Krishna's song.
Yeah, obviously. Here's what it says. The Manjaris will be, the ocean of the bliss of the Manjaris will expand by seeing Krishna decorate Radharani with flowers. Radha's Sakhis don't like all kinds of bliss. So what makes Radha's Manjaris happy? So there's a verse from Adilila Chaitanya Charitamrita. When the gopis go to see Krishna, they don't go there for their own happiness. They go there to make Krishna happy. They're not looking at Krishna for their own happiness, they're looking at Krishna to give him happiness. And what happens is, because they're Sakhis, like Radharani, etc., when they're going to see Krishna, they want him to be happy by seeing their beauty. And when he becomes happy by seeing their beauty, their happiness increases millions more times than Krishna. This is said in the verse. Koti gun gopi ashradai. They taste millions of times more happiness. The joy of the gopis lies in Krishna's happiness. The gopis think, Krishna is getting so much pleasure by seeing me. This thought makes the bodies and face of the gopis blossom like a flower. When Krishna is happy, Radharani is happy. When both Krishna and Radharani are happy, the Sakhis are happy. But when Radharani comes out as the best, best means Krishna serves her, best means that he leaves all the other gopis, goes to Radharani, then the Kinkaris are happy. Sakhis are happy if Radharani is happy and Krishna is happy. But the Kinkaris are happy if Radharani is supreme. A little different angle. So that's the point he wanted to make. When Radharani comes out the best, Kinkaris are happy. So it's like, if you read Raghunatha Das Babaji's books closely, you'll see it. It's something he does. He always explains about Krishna. Krishna is so beautiful, but Radharani is more beautiful because she attracts like he says, Krishna attracts every living entity in the universe. But Radharani attracts Krishna, so Radharani is more attractive than Krishna because she attracts the one who attracts everyone in the universe. So it's called one-upmanship. And all through all his books, if you're a little sensitive, you see it all the time. Because he's in Manjari Bhav, and he's always showing Krishna is the supreme personality of God, but he surrenders to Radharani's lotus feet. Everybody's worshiping Krishna's feet and praying to Krishna's feet, and Krishna's taking Radharani's feet and holding on their head. All the time, it's always Krishna. So sometimes when you read the books, if you're not scrutinizing and slowly reading with the right bhav, you'll miss that point. You just say Krishna's great, Krishna's great. But what he's really trying to say, Krishna is great, but Radharani is the greatest. Krishna, you're great, but Radharani is the greatest. So he tries to have fun over again. You saw? You see, you'll see, if you look. But I've been looking for a long time. So now that's that point about what makes Radha's Manjaris happy. To see the supremacy of Radharani and see how she is the greatest and Krishna serves her. That's what we want to see. There's verses in Radha Suniti that Krishna chases the Manjaris all over Braj. Radharani said, Man. Radharani said, Man, Krishna runs by Manjari. Manjari, listen, shut up, get out of here. And she's running away. He said, no, listen. No, I'll give you some sweets. I don't care about your sweets. Give them to Maramungo. I don't want to see them. So then the Manjari goes to Radharani and complains. It's Radharani. Oh, Radharani, please, I have to reveal my mind to you. Guyamakya Prichati. Guyamakya. You have to reveal your mind and confidence to Radharani. So Radharani, I want to tell you, I'm sick and tired of this guy Krishna chasing me all over Braj. He wants me to help wants me to help him, to induce you, to encourage you to give up your mind. So what can I do? Will you please tell him to leave me alone? He holds a straw between his teeth, and he falls at my feet, and he begs with tear-filled eyes, oh Manjari, oh please Devi, please tell about me to your Krishna. Please tell Radharani to accept me back. So I'm fed up with him. So will you please give up your mind so I can get free from harassment of this dark, gallant hero? Just see, this is Manjari Baba. This is the life of Manjari. Now, Krishna's chakra, Vishnu's chakra, chases Devasumuni all over the universe. And that same Vishnu Tava coming as Krishna in Brazil is chasing Manjari all over the universe. Chasing Manjari all over the universe. Call up your chakra, call up your chakra. Call up your Man chakra. Radharani's throwing a chakra at me in Man, so I can't meet her. So, why did Raghunatha Das Goswami reveals a point here in this commentary on verse 76. He asks the question, why was Radharani manifest? What's the answer? Glorify Radharani. Yeah, that's true. That's the whole purpose of Braj, glorification. He says, Sri Ananta Maharaj says, Radharani became manifest to preach the confidential glories of Priyaji Radharani. Jai Jai Sri Radhe. There's no place in Braj Mandal like Radharani. Did you hear that? Full stop. There's no place in Braj Mandal like Radharani. That's all we have to say. Where no place in Braj Mandal like Radharani, where Krishna enjoys so freely and confidentially with his Priyaji Radharani. This is why Tulsi remembers Krishna. Although Krishna is such a great hero, he can defeat such a wild demon like Aristasura. Krishna cannot protect himself against Radhika's irresistible beauty. He gets knocked off by a glance. Is that verse? Gata vivarchitasya. Yasya kataksha. Gata vivarchitasya. What's over? That's Vena Karani Patatama. Rarasuneti. Venam Krani Patata Skalitam Siskandam. Prastam Pitram Yoga Bras, his yellow dirty falls off, his peacock feather falls off, he draws a suit. Then he faints. Vivarchitasya. Gata kataksha. Gata kataksha. Gata kataksha means Radharani's sidelong glance wounds Krishna, like an arrow. It's arrow glance that he says wounds. Gata vivarchitasya. He fully faints. His dhoti falls off. No, that's pretty embarrassing. Would you like that to happen? You're in front of 1,000 men, your skirt falls out. He would be too proud about that. So Krishna, he's shameless. He's okay, here I am, I don't go to you, So Radha could manifest to preach the glories of Radharani. So Tulsi just stands there watching Nagar Krishna expertly serving Radharani while floating in an ocean of rose. I read that already. So now this next point of this verse, 76. How does Krishna teach the Manjaris how to serve? Krishna teaches the Manjaris how to serve Radharani. Sham stands in front of Radharani trying to hang a garland on her neck. Tulsi Manjari is carefully watching Sham so she can learn this service from Sham and remind Swami of this pastime when she's separated from Krishna again, and thus immerse her in an ocean of bliss. What's that seva called? Rasodgar. Remember? Means reminding Radharani of a previous pastime with Krishna. Because when the Manjaris, like when we dress our deities, we don't usually talk to them. Maybe, I don't know. You can't. Nothing's stopping you. Indra used to talk to Krishna in his mind when he dressed him. Because he used to dress Krishna when he was over here in this place, Vrindavan. And Mukunda Datta dressed Radharani. Indra never dressed Radharani. So when he was dressing Krishna, in his mind he was speaking, "Oh Radharani, how do you want me to dress Krishna today? How do you want me to tie his cummerbund? How do you want me to paint his belly button? You want to see his belly button today, or should I cover his belly button?" The belly button was never shown before Indra. Indra introduced belly button darshan. Special introduction of Indra Baba. Belly button darshan. Maybe there's a more formal name. What do you say? Belly. Paid darshan. Navi. Pavanavi darshan. Anyway, he has a lot of innovation stuff. So he would speak to Krishna, to ask Krishna, and speak to Radharani. Radharani, please guide me, please show me how you want me to dress Krishna. He told me such. So the Manjaris are watching Krishna hang a garland on Radharani because they want to learn how to do it like he does. Because he'll do it in a certain way with a certain kind of touch. And so they're trying to absorb that touch, absorb that bhav, absorb that mood. So when the Manjaris dress Radharani, they'll dress Radharani exactly like Krishna dressed Radharani. Just like Indra wants to dress Krishna exactly like Radharani would dress Krishna. So Manjaris want to dress Radharani exactly like Krishna dressed Radharani. So they're paying attention. They're watching how is Krishna hanging on Radharani. So, and then they're watching how he does it. Then later they'll tell Radharani, remember this morning Krishna was dressing you, he went to hang the garland and it broke. How did that garland break? I've hung 1,000 garlands on your neck and it never broke. How is it when Krishna hangs a garland on your neck it breaks? You have to ask Krishna. Because when you hang the garland on, your hands aren't trembling. But a Manjari hangs a garland on, okay, you're a girl, I'm a girl, okay. But Krishna, boom! He's holding the garland, he's going, it's not going to break, but he's going, two! Everything's shaking, his heart is shaking, his brain is shaking, his fingers are shaking. He breaks 1, 2, 3 strings. Radharani's just smiling. So this is what's being told, how Krishna teaches the Manjaris to serve Radharani. Tulsi carefully watches so she can learn this service. By this time, Tulsi Manjari smiles slightly and calls Radharani Varoru, which means thighs, upper part of the leg, thighs. Hearing this, Swamini Radha chastises and praises Tulsi with her glances. This is an approval combined with a chastisement. There is no Sakhis present right now. It's only Rupa Manjari and Tulsi Manjari and other Manjaris. So in this situation, Krishna, Sringar Ras Murti, can perform a Sringar, which means decorate Radharani, without any hesitation. Tulsi feels Krishna's bliss in her own heart. This is very important, to actually feel another's happiness. Feel, because that's what it means to be Bhav Tarapnya. Manjaris are supposed to be Bhav Tarapnya, supposed to be one, their heart and minds are supposed to be one with Radharani's heart and mind, her Bhav. So sometimes they have to be one with Radharani's heart and mind, sometimes one with Krishna's heart and mind. Because we're Yuga Upasakas. Yuga Upasaka means we worship two, Yuga, not one. We worship Radharani by worshiping Krishna and Radharani together, and bringing Krishna to Radharani, and bringing Radharani to Krishna. The service of Radharani is the greatest possible attainment for the marginal potency of the Lord, the individual souls. And this is a great gift of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This idea we hear repeatedly of the great gift of Lord Chaitanya. The great gift of Lord Chaitanya is, we say, Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate. Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Nana Gaura Sena. It says Krishna Prema Pradaya. Pradaya means giving Krishna Prema. So we think that the gift of Lord Chaitanya is Krishna Prema. It's not. The gift of Lord Chaitanya is not Krishna Prema. What? The gift of Lord Chaitanya is the service of Radharani. Prema Swarupini Radharani. Yeah, its gift is Prema, the seva of Prema Swarup Radharani. That's the complete sentence. Krishna Prema Pradayate means he's giving the seva, Krishna Prema Swarupini seva Pradayate. He's giving the seva of Prema Swarup Radharani. How so? Through six Goswamis, through Chaitanya Charitamrita, through his personal life and teachings, through his personal pastime. So this, we have to get this gift, then our life is perfect. Sri Raghunatha Das Babaji Maharaj, in his books and his lectures, he's always talking about the great gift of Mahaprabhu. Great gift. But so few people are getting that gift. He's really giving it. He's Vadanyaya, Namo Mahavadanyaya, really kind and merciful, giving a gift to everyone. But people say, oh, I don't want that. I'm not interested in that. I just want to sell books, you know. Okay, that's also good, but sell Govinda Lilamrita. Whatever. But the idea is that we should get this gift and worship this gift and appreciate this gift. So we'll just read the verse again and we'll go to verse 77. Incidentally, for our Govinda Dasji, you're sending information about Grand, but that may be in Vrindavan, but it's not here. Radhika and I talked to my advisors, technical advisors, who are connected with the big people. And they informed me that Radhe. There's the Grand Natrisha. It's not visible here, and there's no sutak, there's no contamination period. It's just eat, drink, and be married. No, I mean, you know, two bhajans. So we're having class on the 8th on Tuesday. But at 12 o'clock we're having a feast for we're fasting. It's very auspicious to fast over Purnima. I recommend it. So this verse again, 76. O Radharani, when will I become very happy by seeing Krishna decorate you with flowers in a grove on the banks of Radhika? So we also want to become happy by seeing that. Seeing that if we don't see it with our eyes in Sakshat Darshan, we want to see it in our meditation. And anyone can do that. Having Sakshat Darshan is not so easy. You have to have Bhava praying, more like praying. But anyone has a heart to meditate, has a desire to meditate, can have inner darshan. It's called antardristi. See within your heart the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. You can meditate. Krishna's standing for Radharani. He's hanging his garlands. His hands are shaking. They're breaking. And you're there in your Manjari Srup watching and feeling the whole thing. The more you spend time holding this scene and holding this exchange of love in your mind and meditation, the more profound and deep it goes into your chitta. It becomes etched in your subconscious, it becomes a permanent bhakti samskara, which you can recall at any time, any place. You can chant japa, when you're chanting, all of a sudden this vision will come. Krishna dressing Radharani in the kunja. This is take 77, Vilapa Kusumanjali. So verse 76, Tulsi Manjari was talking about her eyes, her transcendental eyes of a Manjari, how she wants to see Krishna dressing Radharani and feel what those exchanges are between Radha and Krishna. In this verse, she wants to have her eyes experience happiness. Svita swantam kayachit saravasam achirain arpya maner dayodyan nana pushparu gunja fal nikara lasat keki pincha prapanche sotkampam rachyamana kritaruchi haranutpalam angam vahantya swamenya kesha pasha kim umama nayananandam ucharavidata. The joy of my eyes, Tulsi Manjari, the Manjari is saying, the joy of my eyes will increase when I see one Sakhi happily and swiftly bring various blooming flowers, big gunja beads and peacock feathers, while Hari is making a braid of Radharani with these peacock feathers. Krishna's brushing Radharani's hair and making her braid, and he's decorating her hair with peacock feathers. And Gunja Maharaj is a real rainbow girl, you know. Radharani's the original rainbow girl, you know, peacock feathers, wild berries from the forest, little red berries, black hair, red berries look very nice, and flowers. And Krishna's doing all that. But when he's making her beni, Radharani's beni, he shivers. He's trembling, and his whole body breaks out in thrill bumps of joy. English says goose pimples. I never write goose pimples. I wrote thrill bumps of joy. Goose pimples is too weird. Pimples on a goose. When you have little bumps on your skin, you know, you're going to Mangal Artik and Raman Reti, and 5 dogs start chasing you. All your hair stands and then you all bumps all your skin. You're right. Romancha Kampa Sutranga Bhaja. So, the Manjari wants to see Krishna serving Radharani again, this time braiding her hair. The last verse he's putting garlands on Radharani, now he's braiding her hair and decorating her hair. Now the Manjari watches Swami's hair being done by Krishna. Radharani's braid is being beautified by Hari with flowers, gunja beads, peacock feathers. How delighted my eyes will feel when I see your hair become so beautiful. It is unusual to make a girl's braid with peacock feathers. It was. It was in 1970 when this book was written, or 89 or whatever. It's not so rare now. It's pretty wild times now. But ordinarily it's rare. I've never seen an Indian wedding where the bride comes in with peacock feathers in her hair. Because you ever saw an Indian wedding? Peacock feathers in her braid. That's a little too hip. That's what he says. Right. Okay. Let's see. There's more Leela. There's more Leela on the other page here. Swami's curly hair braid represents a dark cloud, and Hari sits behind Radharani, slowly arranging her hair. Oh, this is a verse from another book, but it's put in here. Each hair of Radharani's head is dearer to Krishna than millions of his own lives. So with every hair on Radharani's hair, Krishna is very careful of how he deals with it. Krishna is putting his whole life airs into Radharani's hair. There's no limit to the happiness Krishna experiences by braiding Radharani's hair. Swami's transcendental body is covered with thrill bumps of joy when Hari touches her. Shyam is looking at Priyaji's face from behind over her shoulders, afraid that she might feel pain. This Leela is often told in Vrindavan when you go to Sringharvat. You ever been to Sringharvat? It's Gaurnitai temple there near Radha Damodar. In Sringharvat there's a Leela Mandir in the corner of the property. There's Gaurnitai Murtis on the altar. And the side, you go up the steps, there's a painting of Krishna kneeling behind Radharani, brushing her hair, combing her hair. And Radharani's holding a mirror in front of her face. And in the mirror, she's not looking at her face. Usually you hold a mirror, you look at your face. In the mirror is Krishna's face. And the painting in the mirror. So Radharani's looking in the mirror. What's Krishna's face look like when he's brushing my hair? Krishna's looking. He's like, I don't. And while Krishna's brushing Radharani's hair in Sringharvat, he's saying, "Are you okay?" I'm okay. She's enjoying. He's like so careful. He said, "How are you?" No, it's not hurting. You sure? Yeah. They go back and forth, and Radharani's looking. Krishna's so tensed and worried. She's liking that. Who wouldn't? So this is Sringharvat. So Krishna, he's very careful. He puts all whole energy and life airs into her hair. Krishna is afraid Radharani might feel pain. Swami consoles Krishna with a blossoming smile, saying, "Why are you so worried? It doesn't hurt." But Nagaraj Krishna hears that, he smiles. After Krishna has made Radhika's braid, one Sakhi comes with peacock feathers and flowers and gunja beads, what Shyam uses to make Swamini's crown. So why is Radharani wearing a crown? That is the question.
Because she's the queen of Vrindavan.
No? Good try. Krishna wears a crown, Radharani wears flowers. She wears her hair braid. Because this is Prem Vilas of art. This is told in Bhagavatam, 10th canto, chapter 30. When the gopis are searching for Krishna when he left them in the rasa dance. Krishna made a crown, because Krishna ran away with Radharani. So he picked some flowers, he made a crown like for himself, but he put on Radharani. So Raghunatha Das Goswami explains, what is Prem Vilas Vivar? This is also in the commentary. Radhika now is after Radha and Krishna enjoyed intimately together in the Kunj. Radhika wears yellow dhoti and Krishna wears Radharani's blue sari. Right. They have exchanged clothing. They're unable to distinguish between each other anymore as a result of the climax of their loving ecstasy. Srimati has a peacock feather. That's why another Sakhi came and brought peacock feathers and Gunjamal. Peacock feathers and Gunjamal are Krishna's ornaments. Krishna wears Gunjamal, Krishna wears peacock feathers. Right? Standard paintings, Krishna has a peacock feather. Right? So if you were aware, it says, I'm a manjari, I'm watching another Sakhi comes with peacock feathers and Gunjamal. So we read that, what's going on here? Krishna's dressing Radharani. That means he's dressing Radharani to look like Krishna. This pastime takes place in Radharani also. Krishna dresses Radharani up to look like a yogi. And Krishna sits down, there's a whole Leela, it's in my book, Radha Krishna Pastime. So, this is Prem Vilas Vivar. So, the cause of this is confusion. Vivar means it's due to the loving pastime, things are turned upside down. Vivar. There's two characteristics of this condition known as Prem Vilas Vivar. Contrary and confusion. In other words, you're acting the opposite of your ordinary nature and you're in a confused state of mind. So he quotes Gopal Champa, another Babaji. When Radharani is with Krishna, she also feels separation from him. And when she's separated from Krishna, Radharani feels she's with Krishna. So in this way, she experiences all conditions be contrary. Means opposite. I'm with Krishna, but I feel separated from Krishna. I'm separated from Krishna, I feel with Krishna. Very interesting. I read that. In this way, Radha experiences all conditions to be contrary. When Radharani is at home in Yavat, she feels like she's in the forest. When she's in the forest, she feels like she's home. She feels a moment to last for 1,000 yugas. She feels 1,000 yugas to last a moment. When Radharani feels happy, she feels happy and sorrow and sad and happiness. Radharani feels awake when she's sleeping. She feels like she's sleeping when she's awake. She feels cold when she's hot and feels hot when she's cold. This is opposite, Vivar. Not only that, the most wonderful thing is that Radharani feels like she is Krishna and Krishna feels like he is her. This means they exchange their nature, thus they wear each other's dresses or ornaments. All these ecstasies are eternally present in Radharani. Prem Vilas Vivar is a very high idea, high experience of love between Radha and Krishna. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was discussing with Raghunatha Roy in Bhakti Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chapter 8, he was describing different natures of Radharani's love and Krishna's love and the praying between them. And then Lord Chaitanya said, Age Karo, go higher, tell me more, tell me more, tell me more. And then Raghunatha Roy started to describe Prem Vilas Vivar. He said, there's something more than this Prem Vilasi art. The Lord Chaitanya put his hand on his mouth. He said, that's enough. That's too much. If he says that, then Lord Chaitanya will just go crazy. So it won't be good. So he said that, in other words, that's the highest possible thing, Prem Vilas. There's one more point. Oh, there's two more points in his commentary. One is, what is Radha Krishna's pranaya prem? Well, we talk about prem has different levels. Sneha, man, pranaya, rag, anurag, bhav, mahabhav, modan, and madan. All different intensities and intimacies of loving exchanges between Radha and Krishna. So Radha's pranaya, he describes here. Shyama is completely sold out to Swami's lotus feet. The ego vision is always like that. Isn't it? Krishna is always sold out to Radharani. Krishna is always crazy about it. Never read in these books, Radharani is crazy about Krishna. Only read Krishna is crazy about Radharani. Krishna faints, Radharani doesn't faint. Krishna faints in the kunj, Radharani goes outside the kunj and complains and sucks his manjaris. This guy's lying there fainted. Can you do something about him? There's a whole verse in Maharaj that he describes. Can you give me some advice, counsel, recommendation? He's flat out dead in the kunj, flower bed. I don't know, this guy's useless, If we find somebody else, we'll bring him here, but he's the only guy available in Braj. He's the only guy available in Braj that you like. So, you have to settle for him. Wait 5-10 minutes, he'll come back to life. We'll give him some tonic, we'll give him some Kandambari Ras, get him fired up. So, what is his pranaya? Shyama is completely sold out. Swami feels that she owns Krishna. This is her motive, Madhyata Bhav. Krishna is mine. And even Shyama cannot break that feeling. Falling at Radharani's feet, Krishna begs her, please give me one more embrace. He's a beggar for love. He's begging Radharani. Manjaris are, very good, very good. Beg some more. How eager Radha's pran bandhu falls at her feet. Swami stretches out her hand to lift up Krishna and holds him to her breast, saying, Shyam, is there anything I cannot give you? Happy ending for Krishna. Krishna is expert in stealing Radharani's heart. Therefore, he is known as Hari. The love of Radha and Krishna is mutual. Otherwise, it's not beautiful. That's interesting. One-way love is not beautiful. Love between Radha and Krishna is mutual. Krishna loves Radharani unlimitedly. Radharani loves Krishna unlimitedly. So there's very beautiful love, most beautiful. Their love is mutual, otherwise it's not beautiful. When they're having pastimes together, Swami Radharani thinks, Shyam is not smiling enough. Shyam is not smiling enough. His smile is not fully blooming. So then, to make Krishna smile more, she starts kissing him again and again. So then Radharani can relish the nectar of Krishna's mouth. So this is a question. There's two things that Krishna does. He makes very sweet flute music, Veda Madhurya, and he tells wonderful jokes. But what is the cause of this sweet flute music, and what is the cause of speaking these wonderful jokes? That's my question.
His love for Radharani.
No? What did you say?
His love for Radharani.
Indirectly is the cause, not directly.
To attract Radharani?
Now, listen again to the question. Krishna makes his flute song becomes very sweet. It's called, Rupa Goswami describes Veda Madhurya. And his jokes are wonderful. He's a wonderful joker. So what is the cause of those wonderful jokes and that sweet flute playing? No answer? Because Radharani's kisses. Radharani kisses those lips. Because Radharani kisses those lips and fills Krishna's lips full of Radha's Adara Amrita. Then with those lips, he's able to tell wonderful jokes and play a sweet flute. But he just takes regular lips, boo, 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 boo. There's nothing. But when those lips are blessed and energized by the Prem Adara Amrita Radharani, then beautiful music. This is Ananta Das Babaji's expertise. He's always showing how Radharani is supreme. Supreme personality, controller, God and Radharani. Hari has taken away all of Radharani's hesitation. This is pranaya. So there's one other point in this commentary. What time is it? 3:45.
15 more minutes.
15.
Kept 4, yeah.
3:46.
What do we need to attain the service of Radharani? Tricky question.
Yes.
What do we need to attain the service of Radharani?
Guru Kripa.
Guru Kripa, that's the answer to everything. That's what we need. Hey, we always need that for anything and everything.
We ask Krishna for service to Radharani.
Huh?
We ask Krishna for service to Radharani.
What do we need to attain the service of Radharani? Total absorption. Let's hear what Sri Ananda Swamiji explains about this. The sadhaka who is fixed in Lila Smaran must dive deep into Madhurya Ras. The yearning, the desire, the hankering, the desire to attain Radharani's seva does not awaken in an ordinary heart. It's not dependent on anything. It only depends on bhakti. Without total absorption in Radharani, without total absorption in Radharani's seva, one cannot obtain absorption in Radharani's seva. The acharyas have revealed how one can become absorbed in Radharani's seva and become dear to Radharani. Raghunatha Das Goswami explains in this book, Vilapa Kusumanjali, verse 96. What is that verse? Oh Radharani, I am yours, I am yours, I am yours. Please understand this fully and take me to your lotus feet. So who can say that? Who can say it once? Das Goswami saying it 3 times. Today, today, today. I am yours, I am yours. We can't even say it once. I am everybody's but Radharani's. I am my mother's, I am my wife's, I am my husband's, I am my father's. I am this, I am that. I am Maya's. I belong to Maya. I am Maya's. I am Maya's servant. But I am yours, I am yours, I am yours. Try to say it one time. Try to have enough genuine surrender and genuine attachment where we can say it even once. Because anything you say 3 times is affirmative, it's a convincing, rock solid statement. I am yours, I am yours, I am yours. It's like saying, I love you, I love you, I love you. But it's more than that. Because love is selfish. Being someone means you're submitting yourself. I am yours means do what you want with me. I belong to you. But love implies possession. So love is selfish. So this is what he's telling. We should be absorbed in this way. This absorption means not doing seva day and night, but a position of the heart and mind. We must experience some of this absorption also. The words of the great acharyas like Das Goswami, they give strength to weak devotees. They gradually bring the devotees on the path of bhakti. Tulsi Manjari is absorbed in bliss when she sees Swami's hair being done by Krishna. And the verse ends, the commentary ends with a quotation from Rasik Chandra Das. Because we're talking about total absorption of Radharani. So Rasik Chandra Das Ji says, alas, how many more days will I pass before my eyes will be absorbed in ecstasy, seeing Radharani's hair being braided by Krishna in this astonishing way. The Krishna dressing Radharani with peacock feathers and gunjamala and flowers, and in the bhav of that Radharani is Krishna. So I think we'll stop there. Tomorrow there's class on Monday and there's class on Tuesday. 78 tomorrow. Jai Jai Shri